Hey guys, Billie here with the Barger Beat. I'm sorry it took me so long to film this video. I am so sorry. Jimmy and I are still trying to figure out how to, do this whole YouTube thing and edit and all that. And so far we're just using our phones. I have a Canon D5000 that I had lost the charger for, and we just recently got it in from Amazon. It's a little heavy. It's a little bit heavy of a camera to be vlogging with, but we can do other videos with it. I just got to remember how to use it. I say that a lot, but I don't remember how to use my camera. It's been a while. But I just wanted to jump on here about something that's been weighing heavy on me lately, and that is what inspires me. What inspires you? What motivates you? What keeps you going? I've got a whole list of things here that I just, I jot down when I think about them at work or whatever. And I know it's pretty late and I should have had this up a little bit earlier, but we've been enjoying some family time, and I've been crafting since Jimmy went to work this evening. But I just want to talk about what keeps you going. What keeps us going? There's so many tragic things that happen in the world every single day, and there's so many people that have dealt with trauma after trauma after trauma after trauma, and you see these people and they go all the time. They keep moving forward. It's like it doesn't affect them. And then there's other people that it really has a major impact. Not that it doesn't majorly impact the other people, that's not what I mean, but it really has an impact on people to the point where it's almost debilitating. And at one point in my life, I was there. I was fearful of everything. My anxiety had gotten so out of control that I just didn't know if I could function much longer, with how bad it was. And this was before I went to college or anything like that. I was kind of in between, what do I want to be when I grow up? And I was already a wife, and in the workforce, I knew I wasn't doing what I wanted to do, and I knew that I had much more potential than what I had even initially given myself credit for. And it took me so long to realize my potential, and I feel like I still haven't. And I'm not trying to say that I'm destined for great things, but maybe I am. Who am I to get in my own way? Maybe this is it. I don't know. But I do know that I want more and more. And I'm just saying, if I've been reading a lot of self-help books, and I just finished Girl Wash Your Face. I've posted all over my social media, so if you follow me there, and I'm sure you do, because nobody, mostly the people that follow this channel so far follow us on social media. But if you follow me there, you know this because I've posted all about that book. It's amazing. Rachel Hollis herself is amazing. I've watched some podcast interviews with her lately too, and it's been quite inspiring and uplifting, and just what I need when I need it kind of thing. And in my job, in my career, what I do, I won't be talking about a whole lot about what I do. People that know me know what I do, but I'm a therapist, and my job pretty much is to inspire people to do more, to want more, to do better, to strive for better, and we set up plans on how to make that happen. In doing so, when I was going through training and all the things that I had to do to learn how to do my job, I did a lot of healing. My history has not always been, unicorns and rainbows, and I've had to, overcome quite a bit myself, and I'm not sad about it. I wouldn't be who I am without those scars, and I'll talk more about that probably maybe in a later video, or I might touch it on this video. I don't know yet, but I just want to say, if you left today what would you want people to know about you? Like, what would you want people to remember about you? If you left today, and for whatever reason, if you left today, what kind of things would you want people to remember about you and know about you? And that's the kind of things that I ask myself on a daily basis. Like, am I living my best life? Am I doing, I'm sorry about the shaking, this tripod's actually attached to my knee right now. But am I living my best life? Am I doing the next right thing? Am I treating people in a manner that they can say, you know what, she was good to me. She was good to me, and I feel like she helped me the best that she could. And I'm not talking about people that I've dealt with professionally. I'm talking about in all areas of my life. Have I done enough? And I think about that sometimes. I think about, if I left today, what would people say? And it's not that I want to be left with some big legacy or anything like that. I have never, ever strived to be, to leave a big legacy or to be rich and famous or whatever that means these days. I just want to be a good person. I just want to remain genuine and congruent with that, and hope that shines through when I talk to people and when I interact with people, when I meet people for the first time, and all that. And I just really want to drive it home. Like, if you left today, what are you leaving behind? Like, what can people honestly say about you? Like, what do you want them to know about you? And for me, like I said, I want people to think about me and to know about me that I am genuine. I'm a genuine person. There's no fakeness here. None. The only fakeness you'll find on me sometimes is eyelashes. Not today. These are mine. But eyelashes and hair color. That's about it. I want people to know that I'm genuine. I want people to know that if I can't help you, I will find out a way or find a person who can. There's always help out there, no matter what you're facing, what you're going through. It's not the end. It's just a chapter in your story. It's not the end. There's so much more to come. I want people to know that I'm a loving person. I want people to know that I tried my best. If I'm ever blessed with children, if I ever have a child, if Jimmy and I have a child together, I want that child to know I tried my best. I want Jaden to know I tried my best. I love Jaden so much, and I just want to be a good example for her. She's 10. That's a tough time for any kid, especially, in today's world. Like, oh my God, kids know so much more than I knew at that age. It's unbelievable, and I'm just, I just want to be the best role model that I can be as a woman. I want to be somebody that she can look up to and be, you know what, my mom too, she did best that she could, and she really showed that, and she was genuine with me, and she was loving and caring with me. I want people to know that I'm human. I'm not a robot. I say that all the time to people. I'm like, I'll do one thing at a time. We can only do one thing at a time. Focus on one thing at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself, because you can only do one thing at a time, and you're not a robot. We're not wired up like that. We all have it inside us. Whatever it is, we have it inside us to achieve and strive for greatness and actually manifest greatness in our lives. I can't even begin to explain. When I was like in my early 20s, I never dreamed that I would actually finish college. All I knew was I didn't want to be in the grocery store that I was working at, that I had worked at for 5 years as a young wife, and I knew that I didn't want to. Hang on just a second. Sorry about that. I had to press pause for a moment. baby girl came to the door. So, I also just want, want everybody to know you've got it inside you. You have got it inside you to do whatever it is that you want to do. Think about it. Think about it. You keep thinking about it. You do something about it. You become proactive and not reactive to the situations that happens in your life. It's amazing what you can actually accomplish. As solemn and minimalistic as it may sound, we have it inside us. We have it inside us to achieve greatness. We decide if we allow something to victimize us or we choose to be victims. If we stay in that victim mentality, we decide that. We decide that. I'm not saying that nothing that ever happens to you is tragic or traumatic or anything like that. Absolutely, we are faced with traumas every single day, and there's some worse than others. There's some things I've heard, and I could never imagine having to actually go through those things and coming out on the other side. And there's people that does it all the time, and I'm, when I was in my early 20s, I was like, how do they move past this? How does people move past this? And through graduate school, I've done so much healing. It was the best therapy for me. Every good therapist has a therapist. And grad school, I guess, essentially was my therapist. And I've done so much healing. I tell people that all the time. I'm like, I did go to counseling for some time when I was a teenager. I don't think many people know that. I know my nearest and dearest do. But, because there was things that happened, and I'm not going to go into that. But anyway, I had faced some traumas and went into counseling as a teenager, and I don't know, I just felt lost, and I didn't keep up with it. I didn't continue to go, and I didn't do anything about it. After, some time, I just stopped going, and life went on, and I was still victimizing myself. Well, I still had that victim mentality, like, woe is me, this happened to me, like, I can't move forward, I have this and this, because that thing happened. No, I chose to stay there. I chose to stay with that victim mentality. I didn't know any better at all. So when I went to graduate school, I was just like, wow. We started learning all these techniques, and we would practice them with each other, and I'd done some of my deepest healing, some of the deepest cuts and scars healed for me by the process of going through graduate school. And I'm just saying, we choose to be victims, or we can be warriors of our circumstance. You can use what has happened to you, no matter how small or how large, whatever that something is. You can choose to use that to benefit you in a most profound way. You can take that knowledge and that experience and flip it and just, oh my gosh, you can help so many other people. You can do all kinds of things. You can be a warrior of your circumstance, and you have to choose or decide to be proactive, not reactive. I say that a lot to myself when anything happens, that's not so kosher, whatever, little things come up all day, like even something as small as spilling my coffee on my clothing after when I'm ready to just walk out the door and I'm already running behind, because that's who I am as a person. Anyway, I ask myself all the time, are you being proactive or are you being reactive? And sometimes I don't like my answer, so I have to go check myself. And if I can speak to anything, I wanted to speak to putting on some armor, using some coping skills, doing what you got to do to work on healing yourself of whatever your circumstance is. There's something profound to be said for that. And I'm not trying to do any kind of therapy. First of all, I'm not an online therapist. I'm not, no, face to face. That's how I operate. I'm not, this is not professional. This is a personal thing for me. I don't know. I just think that if you can take the energy that you have within yourself and move forward with it, it's amazing what you can accomplish. It's amazing what you can accomplish. I'm not saying that I'm where I want to be. I'm not at all. I always have a goal. And when I reach that goal, I set another goal. When I reach that goal, I set another goal. At one point in my life, my goal was just to get out of bed that day. And I did. I got out of bed that day. So the next day, my goal was to get out of bed that day and get out of my pajamas. I did that. And I kept setting those little goals. And it was hard. It was so hard. Because I was so beaten down and just depressed, and I had let myself become a victim of my circumstance, and I just didn't know where to go. I didn't see that there was a way out, a way to feel better and to not be trapped in that mentality of just feeling terrible for myself and not being able to see the forest for the trees, so to speak. So and I got to thinking about it one day. I was like, you know what? There's a reason I am the way that I am. There's a reason why that we all are the way that we are. And I asked myself who I was trying to please. What standard was I trying to live up to? Was it my standard? Of course not. Of course not. I put all this pressure on myself, and it wasn't even for me. It was for somebody else. I was a really bad people pleaser, and I had to learn slowly. I still, again, have to check myself on that, about not being a people pleaser and not doing what everybody thinks that I should do or whatever. And I used to think when I was a kid that I had to be perfect or I couldn't be loved, that I wouldn't be loved if I didn't do everything perfect, if I wasn't this quiet, prim and proper little girl in the corner playing by herself, not making a sound, because kids were meant to be seen, not heard. And I just felt like there was I had so many people raising me. And, I know it takes a village, but I had so many people raising me in my family, and this side of the family and that side of the family, and everything, and everybody had all these different expectations for me, and I was so confused, and I didn't know which way was up, really. And one day I was like, when I was doing all this healing in grad school, I was like, who am I trying to please? Whose standard am I trying to live up to? Is it my own standard? No. And I still have to check myself. It's not something that's just so easy that it's just you make your mind up and it's going to go away. It's going to happen. No. Practice makes perfect, right? You have to keep practicing if you want to do something and do it well. I'm not trying to minimize anybody's trauma. I'm not trying to minimize your story, your scars. I'm just trying to encourage you to do better and to just try to look past it. Just today, in this moment, just try to look past it. Does looking past it hold you back? Does it scare you to look past it? Are you essentially just hiding behind it, whatever it is? Can you focus on one thing that you just want to accomplish? Like I said, one day it was just me getting out of bed. Something you want to accomplish all by yourself. Something that you want to do all by yourself. Look at that. Just focus on that. Whether it's getting out of the bed, whether it's asking for a raise, whether it's planning a vacation, whether it's breaking up with your partner or asking that one person out, whatever it is, go for it. You're never going to know unless you try. Just go for it. Go after it. Are you terrified? Good. It's a good place to be. Nothing can motivate us quite like fear can. You just start there, you move forward, and you get it. You can do this all by yourself. You just have to believe that. You just have to believe that you are made for greatness. You are destined to be great. You just have to believe that you want to be the best version of yourself. Whatever that is. Whether it's being the best housewife, stay-at-home mom that you can be, whether it's being the best career person that you can be, whether it's being the best, I don't know, logger or lawyer or doctor or nurse or counselor, receptionist, flight attendant, sales rep, whatever it is that drives you and lights that fire inside of you, you should strive to be, you want to be the best at that. Don't lose yourself in that. You got to think about who you want to be and know that you can be that. You can absolutely be that person. You can be the person that you want to be. You don't have to settle. You absolutely do not have to settle. That's pretty much all I want to say. Don't settle. Don't be a victim of your circumstance. Be a warrior.